How's it been going? Busy few days?
Yes, but important moment. I think it's a big moment in
Your
British
moment?
politics. No, what I mean is I think we need to listen to what people are saying here. You know, the call from the gentleman there is you need to change Labour, get it back on the side of working class people and working class communities. And I hear exactly what he's saying. Life has become unaffordable to people in places like this. Britain has been on a path for 40 years that started with deindustrialisation, deregulation, privatisation. It's left areas without good jobs and people unable to afford the basics. And I'm saying we need a different path completely.
What is that path?
Put more things back under stronger public control: energy, housing, water, transport. I've done that with the buses in Greater Manchester. So I was the first to do it, Margaret Thatcher deregulated them.
Country.
No, but I'm just giving you an example.
Yeah, sure.
She deregulated them. I put them, and then they just work for the private shareholders and not for the paying public. I put them back under public control. We've got £2 fares. So you take that principle and you apply it to energy and you apply it to water. That's what I think we need to do. The country gave away its control of the basic things that people depend upon every day. And that was a big mistake in my view.
People say you're taking a big gamble here. Do you see it that way?
Well, it's not so much about me, really.
It is, though, isn't it?
Well,
I get what you're saying, but it is inevitably
about
you, isn't it?
what people are saying. All right. It's about what people are saying. I've been in politics 25 years, and I've heard this cry about we're fed up, politics isn't working, Westminster isn't answering things. And I've seen this frustration build all of those years, and the gap between sort of politicians and the public is as wide as it's ever been. And I don't blame anyone who's left our party and voted for other parties. I really don't. Our party needs to do better. And it's kind of where I'm coming from in this campaign. I'm going to be really honest about that on doorsteps. I'm not going to spend my time point scoring or these are saying this and this. I'll be saying, no, I'm hearing you. We're going to really change things and put the country on a different path. We've got to get back talking the language of reindustrialisation. Margaret Thatcher deindustrialised these communities in the past. That's been devastating over the 4 decades since. We've got to talk seriously about reindustrialising the Northwest, getting those good jobs, changing education so it's not all about the university route, but it's also about technical paths for kids to get into those good jobs. So this is the kind of change that I'm calling for, and I'm not going to spend any time sort of pointing out the flaws in everyone else's policies, point scoring. I'm going to talk about what I believe needs to change.
Were you very deliberate in choosing this seat because it is reform facing?
I was very deliberate in speaking to Josh, and both of us have kind of got the same diagnosis. I was the MP for Lee years ago, Josh the MP for Makerfield. We have both felt the frustration of facing a Westminster system that just does not have answers for these streets, these communities. And, we both feel a big change moment is needed. And I wouldn't have just gone anywhere like a carpetbagger, any old constituency. It matters to me that I have a connection. I live literally on the edge of this constituency. My kids went to school a few hundred yards down the road. I know people here. I know how they think, how they feel. I want to do whatever I can to make Labour a party that they can believe in again, a party that's solidly on the side of working class people.
And if you do, if you do win the by-election, how soon will your declaration for the leadership come?
It's just not the issue. The issue is winning a by-election with what I'm saying. It's not about necessarily the next thing. I know people will say that. I've made a whole career. Just let me answer your question though. I've made a whole career fighting for people in this part of the world. I fought for compensation for the miners when I was an MP for Lee. I fought for justice for the Hillsborough families. I fought Boris Johnson in the pandemic when he was treating people here in Makerfield as second-class citizens. That's what I've done. I've taken that fight to another level as mayor, and yes, I will carry on taking that fight to the highest level. That's the way that's where I've done my politics and done my journey. So it's first and foremost though about this place. Isn't it about time that people focus on here and say, right, why hasn't Westminster changed people's lives here? And then start to tell them what we're going to do to make that happen.
Enjoying it?
Yeah, I love politics and elections and talking to people, and I am. Got my pie.
Got your pie?
Yeah.
Enjoy your pie, you'll need that sustenance.
I think I will.